Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alejandra Pulido. I'm a full-time professor at the School of Management in Universidad del Rosario. My academic background is I'm professional in finance and international trade. I have a specialty and master in international trade also, and I'm studying just right now my PhD in administration. I'm representing now the Region 9 for ACBSP in Latin America, and I will talk about the building a better tomorrow from an international leadership perspective, so practical experience that is how we can develop leadership skills in our students at the School of Management of Universidad del Rosario. So this is the content. I will talk a little bit about the institutional context of the School of Management. Then we will go through the leadership development in the leadership skills development inside the administration program. Some experiences in the classroom, some experiences also through formative research. So we will begin with the statement and how we develop leadership in the School of Management. We have our statement like to contribute to the construction of the economic, social, and cultural progress of the country through the training of strategic, ethical, and socially responsible leaders with capabilities for entrepreneurship and innovation in a global context. As you can see in here, our main goal is to develop leadership capabilities in a very changing world through innovation in a global context with ethics and socially responsible in order to, let's say, have some more inclusive business, full of opportunities for all the stakeholders. How do we develop that? How we encourage the leadership skills in our students? We based all our mission in 4 main pillars. First of all, we have the innovation pillar. Then we have the strategy pillar. We have entrepreneurship pillar. And finally, we have leadership pillars. Every single activity that we suggest that we do in the School of Management is with the objective of developing skills, developing critical thinking, and developing leadership, strategy, entrepreneurship, and innovation skills in our students. And we do it on our 4 programs. In the School of Management, we have the program of International Business Administration, Business Administration, Marketing and Logistics, and Digital Marketing. So today I will talk about the development of the leadership skills in our students, specifically in the program of International Business Management. And we use different, let's say, different strategies that include or that are based on experience learning. In this case, I will talk about the activities that we do in the International Business Management course. Basically, we use another strategies in other courses. In this case, I will focus just on this one. And I will talk about how we develop these skills through formative research. So we have in the classroom and formative research. In formative research, we have created the research incubator UR International Business, and I will talk about it a little bit later. In the classroom, in this course, we have worked, among others, in 2 activities: international negotiation with another university from the United States, and the X-Culture project, which is an international project. With these activities, what we like to do is to involve students in an international context, not just with Colombian students, not just with the partners and colleagues in the class or in the same university, but sharing with other students around the world. So I will begin now with the experiences in the classroom. So the first one is the international negotiation activity that is proposed for the students in International Business Management course. In this case, we've been working with this for a year almost, and it's been a very, let's say, valuable experience because the students are able to negotiate, to have an email negotiation and to know what are the characteristics of another students, another part from a very different culture than we have in Colombia. So this international negotiation activity is a two-party email negotiation. I have to say that we have done it in the virtual classes, not remote but virtual. So we have two-party. That's why we have it email negotiation. We did it with the University of Miami Herbert Business School, and we created around 35, 34 teams, in which one of the players was from the University of Miami in the United States, and the second player was from Universidad del Rosario in Colombia. We use for this strategy the platform called iDecision Games. I will show you a screenshot of this platform, in which the students had to enroll, and they had 10 days negotiation. This negotiation was based on the international negotiation activity on the program on negotiation of Harvard. And at the end, what they had to do was to hand in a journal sharing the experiences. So basically, this is the iDecision platform. In this case, the professor from Miami University, and in my case here, representing Universidad del Rosario, we submitted all the students to the iDecision, and in this program, they match all the teams. So in my cases, from the last 2 semesters, we had 34 teams each semester. So we have nearly 70 people, or 70 students doing the last year this activity. They are not able to choose the party they are playing in this case, but the platform just like assign the part that they are playing in this case. What they have to do is they have to contact the counterparts, and they have to start negotiating depending the role they have been given. So in this case, at the end, as I mentioned before, they need to hand in a journal. And in this journal, what we ask them is to tell us what were the tactics and strategies that they used, and how they adapted to this electronic forum, or this electronic kind of type of negotiation. We are used to have like role plays and have some negotiations, but face-to-face in the classroom and with the same students. So it was very challenging because they didn't know the counterpart, and that's what happened. That's what happened in real business sometimes. They needed to do the first approach, and then they had to answer these questions. What were the 3 things that they thought the counterpart did well? And then what were those 3 things that they thought the counterpart could have done better or differently? And what was the reaction to this, let's say, to this reactions or answers or things that they thought the counterpart could have done differently, and how these reactions and activities could affect the outcome of the negotiation. And we read in this past year, of course, 70 journals, and I was telling the students at once that I was very pleased to, and I enjoyed a lot reading those journals, because I could see what were their thoughts, frustrations, and let's say challenges. Some of the challenges that I could recall now is that the way how they communicated with the counterparts. Even though we are quite close, we have different cultures. So in this case, I believe that they could develop some intercultural communication. Also, the thing is that English is our second language, so it was also challenging for the students to have this negotiation in a second language that is not Spanish, and they were able to be understood by the counterpart, and they were able to understand also the counterpart in this case. One of the characteristics is that they couldn't have any other type of contact besides emailing. They couldn't have contact through WhatsApp or Zooming or any other tool, just email. So I also found that some of them found it like really good for them, because they said that because perhaps they could feel shy, or they didn't know how to communicate in a good way. So writing an email, allowed them to have more time to think what they were going to say. But on the other hand, some of them said that it was way more challenging because they couldn't feel or they couldn't notice what were the feelings of the counterparts. So we have like these different different approaches, different thoughts, different feelings from our students. And I believe that it was very valuable for them, knowing students from another country, from another university. Some of them also weren't able to reach a, let's say, a good outcome for the negotiation. Some of them were frustrated because the counterpart didn't answer the emails. Also, what we talked about was that what would they do if they were facing that in real life? Would they stick on that, not answering from the counterpart, or they would look for another partner to trade or in business, or what would they do? And I found that they could manage very well. So I believe that they could also develop not just the intercultural communication, but also problems, solving problems, and also leadership. Some of them had to start the negotiation, start the communication, because the counterpart never, let's say, like it never answered or didn't appear at the very beginning. They could manage time also. They had just 10 days. So I believe that it was a very good experience for them. And I can say again that I really enjoyed reading their feelings and thoughts through the journals. Here we have the second activity or strategy for experiential learning that we used in that international business management class. We participated, and we have been participating for more than a year in a project called the X Culture. The X Culture project is a project in which different universities from several countries around the world join in order to have some challenges for some companies in order to solve some situations, problems, or provide some suggestions for strategies when reaching international markets. In the past 2 semesters, we had around 1,000 teams in each semester. Each team was composed by 7 or 6 students from around the world. It was a global virtual team. And each student of each university was placed in a different group, in a different team. We didn't have like 2 students from Universidad Rosario in the same team. No, we have like the 30, we had around, again, 70 students the past semester. So we had 70 groups for Universidad Rosario. So in this X Culture project, they had an international business challenge. They had to choose some companies which they were going to work with. The X Culture composed the groups, formed the groups, and within the groups, they decided what was the challenge they wanted to work with. They worked for about 2 months to develop a solution regarding the problem or the situation that the company suggested or asked for. And I'm very glad and very pleased to say also that in 2020 second semester, among 1,500 teams, we had 14 winners from Universidad Rosario. And today we have 2 students that are winners of those challenges. So in this experience, in the X Culture project, we have like different aspects, not to evaluate, but to consider. Students, I believe they need to be confident when developing all the activities. Also, we have shared with the students what are their thoughts, how have they felt doing this activity, because if in the other one they have like differences in culture with just one country, in this case they are in a team formed by 6 or 7 students from around the world, so they could have some Latin America or North America or Europe or Asia or Africa. So it was like very, very diverse team. we have a different schedule, for example, so they felt frustrated sometimes, and sometimes because of the difference in the culture, they couldn't have like any answer. And for most of them, also language was the second language, so communication can be also quite odd. And but at the end, I hope that they have enjoyed all the activity that was done. Motivation is the other issue that we need to consider here, and that's a tough one, because at the beginning I feel that they are very motivated, but when they start to feel like they are not having any answer for the partners, and they have some also the peer reviews. They have some peer reviews, and perhaps if they didn't answer one day, the peers had like a very not very good mark in here. So sometimes I could feel like they were like really motivated, but then there was a week that they felt like they needed more motivation. And of course, the objective of this is that through this intercultural communication and interaction, they could have enjoyment. They could enjoy the 2 months, even though the work was hard. They could enjoy talking with the partners. I believe some of them have become friends and have some plans for the future. And so besides all the academic, let's say, performance and all the academic objective that we have with this activity, also I believe it can build all the, let's say, network and relations with colleagues from the same, let's say, professions or programs around the world that can be transformed in future business for these students. In this challenge, different companies ask them to solve some troubles or provide some advice in different activities. But basically, all of them have all the industry and market analysis, management, and other questions here. They need to provide a very good and specific market research and why they think that the market is the proper market for the product or the service they are working with. And they need to provide all the marketing strategies regarding the pricing, also the sample brochure. Also, they need to do the communication campaign for that project. So we have at the end some reports. They need to hand in a report. It has to be around 20 pages. So in this case, I believe they also develop other type of skills, not just the communication and oral skills, but also written skills in a second language. They need to put together all the ideas of the group and then summarize them. Summarize them in one report that has some specific parts, and they need like very good structure, and they need like very grammar in this case. And I believe it's quite challenging for them to put 7 students' ideas together in order to have like one main suggestion, one main solution for that company. So, so those 2 were the activities that we used the past year in the International Business Management class in order to develop leadership skills and other skills. What I could say is that, as I've said before, we have developed leadership skills. I believe that they are able now to have some advising in another companies that they can create, or their own companies, knowing already how the world context is right now. And specifically in this new context that we're living in, is not the same, I don't know, solutions for a company 2 years ago that the solutions for a company that they need to provide just right now, when we have challenging, changing context in the economic, social, environmental way. So considering what's the role or what's the parts in the Colombian context and how they can contribute to the Colombian development, but not just in Colombia, but for international enterprises too. Also, as I was saying before, the communication skills in a different language that is not Spanish, with different cultures and with different schedules, with different ways of communicating. Also decision making, what do they do, or what would they do if the counterpart disappears. What would they do if the other team player is not working properly? Or what if they find someone that is quite bossy? Or what if they work with someone that doesn't want to work? What are the decision making that they're doing in this case? And also it leads to problem solving. First of all, in the first case, they needed to reach an agreement. And if the counterpart disappeared, what would they do? So they had to look for other options. And in the X Culture project case, also they needed to solve not just communication, not just what was the final outcome of the project, but the everyday troubles or the everyday situations that they were facing in this case. And of course, they will develop intercultural intelligence. So now I would like to ask, because today we are with a very nice group of students that have participated in some of the activities that we have suggested. So I would love, guys, if you could give us some of your thoughts about your participation in these activities. And I believe Nicolas has raised his hand. Yes, Nicolas, thank you.
Thank you, teacher. Hi, my name is Nicolas Hernandez. I am studying International Business Management, and currently I'm taking the International Business Management class. So I participated in both activities the teacher just told, the X Culture and the iDecision games. So first of all, I want to say that it has been such a great experience. I will never forget all the memories and that I made throughout both activities. With the X Culture one, I met many people from around the world, and we learn and I share my knowledge with them. It was really interesting that even though there were many differences, many cultural diversity, we get used to it, and we made an excellent project, and we apply everything that we have learned throughout our bachelors into that project. So for me, it was like my first case that I apply everything that I learned throughout my whole subjects in a real life situation, because the case that we solved was from a real company. And with the iDecision games, it was challenging because it was only for email. However, it was really interesting that we had to make a great negotiation just by email, but with a person that speaks fluent English and that they live here, they're in the United States. So thank you, teacher, for the experience, and I really enjoy them a lot.
Thank you, Nick. I'm very glad you enjoyed this experience in both cases, in the X Culture and the iDecision. Alejo, come on.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Alejandro Cano Marquez. I am a student of La Universidad del Rosario at the International Business Management course. I have had the honor to be the student of Alejandra in many assignments. And last year, I had the opportunity to be part of the X Culture project. I think Nicolas already said some of the very aspects of how it's important to develop leadership skills and communication skills and decision-making skills. But I want to share with you some of my experience, and the X Culture project for me was my first opportunity to apply all that knowledge that we have been learning all along this career. But it was also the opportunity to be with other people who live in different ways, who hear in different ways, who tend to work in different ways. And I mean, this is like the real thing, no? And it was a very fulfillment experience. At the end, more than gaining knowledge, it was about how can you contribute to the teamwork, how can you be useful to the people, how can you be helpful, how can you contribute from your strengths to get the goal, I guess. And well, that's all. I want to thank Alejandra for this opportunity to be part of the project, and thank you again.
Thank you, Alejo. We're going now with Nasli. Go on.
Yes, teacher, thank you. Well, hello everyone. My name is Nasli Carolina Roa, and as my classmates, I was part in the X-Culture Challenge, and I believe that it was an excellent opportunity to develop some more the intercultural intelligence. Even though in my team I was with 3 people from the United States, they were from different parts, and even inside the country, they had different ways of working or expressing themselves. This was pretty difficult in my case because we had a lot of obstacles and we had to overcome all of them. But in this way, we had a good practice of like a problem solving perspective, and to always find a solution instead of just complaining. And also it was a great opportunity to practice the communication and like using the tools that we have learned to organize, because we have different time schedules, so it was difficult. So it was like a whole package experience. And additionally, we were able, with my classmate Alejandro, that he was also in like a winner team. So it was a great experience, and thank you, teacher, for like introducing us to this.
That's great, Nasli. Thank you. Yes, congratulations to Alejandra and Nasli. They were in one of the 4 winner teams that we had last semester. Very good. Laura, go on, yes.
Thank you, teacher. Hi, hello, everyone. My name is Laura Quiroga. I also have the opportunity to participate in both activities, the X-Culture project and the negotiation carried out with the University of Miami. And I consider that both of them were very enriching spaces for us as future international negotiators, because they help us to develop and strengthen certain leadership skills through teamwork, or when solving business cases, as well as when communicating effectively with our colleagues, in order to establish a good work environment to carry out the activity successfully. All this taking into account that when we work with different cultures, it is very important to develop great leadership skills, which were possible to work on these 2 activities. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura, very much. Daniel, yes?
Yes, teacher. First of all, I would like to say thank you to you for all the experience I have had since the previous semester on the classes. And I would like to refer to the X-Culture project, where I not only learn how to work with international people and their culture and how to connect with them while working online, but also knowing the different tools that we can manage for these kind of challenges. For example, I haven't know, for example, Doodle as a platform that we can organize virtual teams schedules, and also platforms like Drive that are usually common in the virtual work was super useful for us as a team. We did a really good job, like knowing that we didn't know each other before the experience start, and I think it's really useful, this kind of workshops for the students while working online. So thank you for that, and I think it was a really nice and nutritive experience.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you very much. I'm very glad you enjoyed it too. Valeria?
Yes, hello, my name is Valeria Puccini. I'm a international business management student, and I've been able to share with the teacher for 2 different classes and to be part of the iDecision game last semester. It was really challenging for me because I have never been in a space where I am supposed to negotiate non-physical and not having direct contact with somebody else. So developing this way of communication that was concise, that was just to express the purpose of what I was doing, was really challenging and was an amazing opportunity for me. Thank you, Alejandra.
Thank you, Valeria. Thank you for sharing us. Brenda?
Hello, my name is Brenda Guevara. I'm currently studying International Business Administration, and this semester I had the opportunity to participate in the X-Culture Challenge. For me, it was a really fulfilling activity because I had the opportunity to enforce and also to strengthen my communication and teamwork skills and abilities, because even though we had to face some specific challenges with my team, we had some communication issues at the beginning. We learned that through problem solving skills, we could overcome those obstacles. And at the end of the day, we had the possibility to construct a really good report. And I think that this is really important for us as students and as future leaders, because we have the opportunity to have like a closer experience to what really happens in the real life with real enterprises, real cases, and real challenges that we will have to face the tomorrow day. So I'm really thankful for that experience.
Thank you, Brenda. Thank you very much. Very happy that you could manage and enjoy the activity also. We have Juan Sebastián and Valentina, Andrea, and Jose. Yes. So, Juan?
Hello, everyone. My name is Juan Sebastián Moreno, and I currently study International Business Management. I have the opportunity to participate in both activities, the X-Culture and iDecision games, and I would like to start talking about X-Culture. It was an experience that undoubtedly surprised me. Initially, I was afraid of developing a job with people from other parts of the world. I was afraid that my language skills were not the best and that the communication process was difficult. However, I was surprised. I managed to get an excellent job done. We all communicated in English, and really all the members were very understanding and had a very positive performance and were very responsive. Additionally, the iDecision game, it was a quite challenge to communicate by email and not have the possibility to speak directly with that person to close the business that the activity required. However, I think it was an activity that strengthened my communication skills because I really had to be really clear with the ideas that he should express and be completely clear with all the requirements that were important to the role that I played. It was really exciting and discovered that I have the skills of a leader and a manager and did an excellent job. I think I consider that an excellent job, and it was a really interesting experience. Thank you so much for the opportunity to have us participate in these activities.
Thank you, Juan. Thank you very much. And that was good that you could also participate in both activities. Very good. Valentina.
I'm Valentina Zavala. I will have also the opportunity to participate in the X-Culture project in the International Business Management course. And I think that it was a really amazing experience in fact that it led me to see and to be really open to different perspectives from people around the world and how it can change really how a project and how everything develops. Because you can really see how with the different backgrounds from the teammates, you can build a really, really, really good and really complete understanding about a task, about a problem. So this is like the topic or the thing that I really highlight about the experience. And I'm really grateful to have that opportunity. So thank you, teacher.
Thank you, Valentina. Very good. Thank you. Jose, I believe I'm missing just Jose here, right?
Yes, teacher. Hi, my name is Jose Gudelo. I'm currently studying International Business Administration and Logistics and Production Administration also. I have had the opportunity to work in the semillero, and what I have noticed in the first day I have worked with Professor Alejandra is that she has promoted comprehensive development into us, specifically in leadership and creativity. The fact of giving us freedom and throwing ourselves into the void, in our projects, but always she has been there with constant support and advices from her professional perspective and also from his personal perspective. And this is how she has contributed and helped me becoming a better leader and a better person. So thank you. Perfect.
Thank you, Jose. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys, for sharing your thoughts and your feelings and your experiences about the activities that they have done within the classroom. And Jose has just started to talk about something that I want to share with you in these next minutes, in the following minutes. So as you could see, these activities that we have done in the classroom, or with these activities, we could develop different skills. In one case, or the written skills, but the written communication skills, but also how they could communicate, like Zooming or WhatsApp, like face-to-face with other students from around the world, but also in the negotiation via email, they also had to develop another kind of communication skills. So I believe the students that had the opportunity to work in both could see the difference. So now I would like to tell you about our strategy through formative research. Now that Jose has given us the very, very nice introduction of it. So we created the research incubator UR International Business last year. And we did it because with a group of students, we were talking about how we could, let's say, deepen in the topics that they were interested in, regarding international trade, regarding international business management, understanding, for example, how was the international trade and international business were going to behave during the pandemic or after the pandemic. So we started to think, what could we do beyond the classes? So that's how we created the research incubator UR International Business. The main objective is to develop research and knowledge generation capabilities in management and international business. And then we also come with other objectives such as to develop critical thinking for solving social and economic problems and to promote leadership and teamwork capabilities. This is our group for our UR International Business Research Incubator. We are around 20 people. We have one teacher that joined us also for that and is leading one of the groups. They have been able to work also in groups as a team, and it has been like really, really nice, and has been like a very, very, let's say, interesting how they have put together their interests in certain topics. It's not easy to find someone to work with because perhaps if they are friends, they don't have the same interests regarding the topics that they want to work inside the research incubator. So this past year has been like a very lovely experience with the students, with the teachers that are joining. We meet once a week, and then they also meet and they work together with different projects. One thing that I really like about this UR International Research Incubator is that all the students are very highly committed with the process. This is not mandatory, this is a voluntary group, so they take some of their time, hours, days in order to work and to deepen into topics that they are interested in. We have participated in different summits and in different seminars where they have shared their experiences. I will show you in a moment. And they have shared the projects, what are the objectives, what are the fundings, and they have grown a lot. Academically speaking, personally speaking, I can say that this participation in the research incubator has changed the lives of the students because they can feel more confident now. If I see how they, let's say, perform in this second seminar that we have this year, regarding the first one, they felt secure in the first one, but in this one, they felt like really, really confident. They have developed also communication skills, teamwork capabilities, leadership also in order to create and also to set all the activities. So those are some of the projects that we are working just right now. I'm missing some of them now, Daniel, I'm missing yours in this one, and also Jose's. But we have a group that is working in cybercrime and its application at the corporate level. we have another group working on the post-pandemic innovation opportunities. Another group is working in the challenges and opportunities for tourism in the new normal, challenges for exporting pulverized sugarcane to European countries in the new normal. Another group is working in economic integration, global value chains, and sustainability, the case of the Pacific Alliance. Another student is working open innovation for the internationalization process of Colombian company. And Natalie actually is doing with a student that joins also the research incubator and also worked in one of the classes of international business management, the relevance of international challenges in the training of international business students in this specific case of X-Culture. In this incubator, also we try to develop, even though it's from Universidad de Rosario, we have been open and we have invited other universities to join and other universities from Latin America to join the research incubator. And now we have one student from Peru and another student from Ecuador working together with the students in Colombia. And we have arranged and we do every semester a seminar with Universidad de Guanajuato in Mexico in order to share, in order to show the findings of our students in the projects. Also, we participate in different summits or research summits and student summits in Colombia in order also to, let's say, to share and to communicate what are the topics that we're working on. I believe that the commitment and the motivation of the students in this case is the living proof that we can develop leadership skills in our students from very early stages, and their interest and also that research is not like just for like adults or grown-ups or teachers or professors with a really long experience, but we can say that research, it's been fun. I hope it has been for this group. Research can be fun because they are depending, they are looking, they are studying, they are researching in the topics they feel comfortable with. They feel like they want to, let's say, to contribute to the development of the Latin American and the Colombian countries and from international business in general. Here we have just to show you some of the results. These are some of the, I just brought like 3 pictures, but we have pictures of all of our students participating in all the events that we have been. So in this case, I just wanted to show you 3 of those results that we had. This is the presentation for one of the projects for the economic integration, global value chains, and sustainability in the Pacific Alliance, the challenges and opportunities of tourism in the new normal, and open innovation for the internationalization process of Colombian companies. That is 3 out of many projects that we are developing in the UR International Business Research Incubator. So this was my presentation. I wanted to tell you all these experiential learning activities and strategies that we have used at the Universidad de Rosario in Bogotá, Colombia, in order to develop leadership and communication skills, and also solving problems in our students. And I would like to ask, just in these last minutes, I would like to ask some of the students that are also in the research incubators to share, if you would like to, if you were very kind, and to share your experiences in this space. Andrea, yes.
Hello everyone, my name is Andrea Jaimes and I'm part of the research incubator, and I think it's a great opportunity not only like to go in depth on some topics that we might find interesting, but also that we get to build some like soft skills. Like for instance, for us at the beginning it was difficult to do public speaking, but the teacher like encouraged us to participate in all these events where we could share like our progress of our project. And I think that's very valuable because we not only could share our thoughts and our research, but we listen to other ideas, we listen to what other countries and other students are investigating, and that like open our minds to new perspectives. And I think also that it encouraged us to work in teams, because we have to decide among ourselves like what is the direction of our project and how we want to present it, and also like coordinate our schedules because we're like doing like different things. So I think that's very valuable as well.
Thank you, Andrea. Thank you very much. It was very good, very nice of you sharing about your experience here. Daniel, I believe.
Yeah, well, in this case, I have had the opportunity to experience your international business experience on the research with the project of innovation um, in the different lands of exportation and importation of exchange of resources in the world. And it could be one of my experience of leadership and like research more useful for my career, because that have determined on me a really good amount of skills that have developed on me as well, like criticism when researching and criticism when finding new ways to develop like new projects. So thank you for that experience, teacher, once again.
Thank you very much, Daniel. Jose?
Yes, well, I'm currently investigating about the small and medium enterprises and their paper in the international trade. And I have noticed along this semester and year in this incubator about some problematics in the own culture of Colombian bosses and employees throughout this such an important topic. Also, a huge thing that I have learned is the investigation capability that Alejandra has taught us along all this year, and that's a really good aspect to result in this process.
Thank you, Jose. Thank you very much. Valentina? Yes, we have just like 1 minute, so we need to finish now. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, the research incubator has been an extremely enriching experience for my personal and professional development, since it has driven me to develop and enriching all the communication, research, teamwork, critical thinking skills, while facing all the challenges and ideas at the national, Latin American, in the case of my project, and worldwide level, and also sharing all these knowledge and ideas with students, also with students and researchers from different universities that can contribute to the development of a great project, and to design and create new knowledge and relevant knowledge for both academical institutions and the business environment. So yeah, I'm really grateful also with you, teacher, for all the support and the motivation that you gave us in this process to really appropriate the learning and this knowledge development process in a collaborative way.
Thank you, Valentina. No, thank you. Thank you all guys for being so committed and so motivated to work in your international business research incubator. Brenda, come on.
Yes, I want to highlight the fact that through the research incubator, we've had the opportunity to socialize our research developments, findings, our results, and this is something that has allowed us and allowed me personally to have a broader perspective of what our research process really implies in our real life context and its scope and its importance in a society. And I think that those are some really important tools to become a leader, especially regarding international business. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Brenda, very much. Thank you all guys for sharing your experience in this activity that I really love. I really love this group. I really love your commitment. I really see you motivated in every single meeting that we have weekly, and all your commitment with the projects and with the events that we have. So thank you very much. So finally, I would like to provide some conclusions after listening and after watching our students sharing their experiences. And I can say that I feel very happy and very pleased about their feelings, their thoughts, and their how they have been growing in this case. And I could say that considering all what they have talked about and we have talked about today, so we have developed some skills. Always with ethics, we have that in our statement at School of Management, Universidad Rosario. Interculturality, I can say that we have developed that skills. Solving problems, critical thinking, teamwork, empathy, also awareness, leadership, communication, negotiation skill, empowerment, okay, research, social development. So, so I'm very pleased with the outcomes of these 3 strategies that we have worked, and this is what I wanted to share with you today at this annual Congress of ACBSP worldwide. So thank you very much and have a great afternoon.